It is not every day that you have a legend come to visit you. Big day, we are getting our windows. Window delivery day is always a big day because it means we can move forward. The project can proceed. You start closing in your holes. The interior gets brighter because you actually have all the daylight coming in instead of, a little bit of plastic in the opening here and there. Getting the windows to the island was relatively seamless. A local Andersen distributor was able to drive them right over. So excellent service. And during the install, any issues we had, Andersen was great about getting back to me and answering any questions I had. On this project, we're using Andersen 400 series with their Stormwatch. So we've got triple pane windows with reinforced sashes and frames and impact resistant glass. So everything is just a little bigger, a little beefier, and a little harder to move around. These are pretty heavy windows. I've had the opportunity to work with Fine Home Building on a few other projects, but this is the first time Fine Home Building has come to visit us. Fine Home Building wanted to shoot some videos on proper window installation techniques. So we went through all of the basics of installing a window correctly, from prepping the opening, proper shimming, how to install the clips, air sealing, head flashing details, just to make sure that we've got all of the basics. And of course, there was a few extra little tips and tricks along the way. Thank you, Fine Home Building. We really appreciate you coming to visit us. Because of the thickness of our wall, we're using a splayed window opening detail on this project. And that begins at the framing stage. So you can see we have our structural wall, our exterior wall, if you will. And then as we get into the mid wall, it's stepped back slightly. And that's so by the time we get to our service cavity, we have this nice 12-degree opening. And when we go to actually trim the window out, you're gonna see this splayed opening on the sides. Just gonna let a little more light in. It's gonna give you better sight lines, and you're not gonna be looking out through a cave. Because of the splayed window opening, we have to ensure a seamless transition from our exterior air control layer across the back side of the window, which is our interior air control layer, if you will. The window interrupts that control layer, so we have to be able to air seal the window at the interior. And the only way to do that realistically is to be able to seal from the window frame to the rough opening. Because of our double stud assembly, we're using zip system, and this is all scrap material. It's material that otherwise would have ended up in the dump trailer, and a little bit of tape just ensures that continuity. When it makes sense, we sheathe right over top of our openings. This is a small window, easy to sheathe over. Over here we have a larger window, which it didn't make sense to sheathe over. But getting our openings closed in quickly during the framing process helps us dry out our buildings quicker. We reduce the moisture load on our building as soon as we get the roof sheathed. We don't always know when our windows are gonna arrive. We don't know if they're gonna arrive in a timely fashion. Anytime we can reduce the amount of moisture that comes into a building during a rain event is just a win. It helps keeps our subfloor dry, we keep our plates and our studs dry, and when it comes time to start insulation and finishes, we often don't have to worry about waiting for our lumber to dry out because we're already there. We use a panel pilot bit for routering our opening. There are more efficient bits, but this is an extraordinarily budget-friendly bit that if you clip a nail head somewhere in your travels, you don't mind because it's a $20 bit versus a $50 bit. The downside to using a router is it leaves an incredibly clean but sharp edge. So while the opening is very uniform and exactly what you want to take a second and just grind that edge down. Just roll that over so you don't accidentally cut your tape by putting it on that sharp edge. All right, we have our zip around our rough opening. We've covered it all completely. And this is an effort to bring our air barrier from the exterior in to the back side of the window, because that's where we're going to be air sealing the window, is inboard. And in order to maintain continuity, somehow we've got to connect those pieces. Another piece of the pie, or another piece of the puzzle that the zip provides us with, is by wrapping it into the splayed opening, it also is going to provide an insulation stop. So when we dense pack that cavity, it's just not going to allow insulation to spill out against the side of the window or into the window opening. So managing for air throughout to the inside of the opening, we connect the opening to the window, and that's really the story. Continuity, folks. Now, in order to actually completely manage for air, we've got to connect this with tape. And we're going to tape this bottom area here first. And the reason we do that is when we put the slope sill in and we put the back dam in, we're going to be covering this joint. So if we don't detail for air right now, there's a possibility that it could get missed, or we would have to bring our flashing tape way up over the back dam and bring it back down. So a couple strips of seam tape right now, once we get the dust cleaned up, just makes sense. When we flash the opening, we can take care of the sides and detail for water and air at the same time. But this little strip below, it'll get lost in the mix if we don't get it now. We use bevel siding to make our slope sill because it's repeatable, whether we're doing a renovation or new construction. I rip a 3/4 inch strip off of the fat end first. That makes my back dam, and this makes my slope sill. Blunt the nail. Quite often I'll use the previous nail as kind of like my anvil. It also will countersink that nail. The reason I blunt the nail is that when I hammer it into this thin piece of wood, it's more likely to shear the fibers than split them apart. Just less chance of cracking this thin little piece of wood. By ripping that first piece off of our bevel siding to create our slope sill, we're just utilizing material that would literally otherwise end up in the dumpster. So this would be thrown out, or more of the skinny edge would be thrown out, and we can just pin it in place as soon as I turn this on. And when we tape this over, that becomes watertight, creates our back dam. Actually a warm day for us, so getting this to detail without getting stuck might actually take a second. Oh, and of course the wind. Fortunately, most of these high-end adhesives on these tapes allow us a little bit of forgiveness as far as repositioning stuff. All right, as you can see, that's starting to stick quite brutally, which is the whole idea, but I want to detail this nicely. So let's keep this going. Siga Rissan gray pre-made corners are literally the only pre-made corners that I have found that work exceptionally well and I don't have to worry about any issues with. They have a reinforced EPDM corner, so you never have to worry about a pinhole in the corner. The only downside that I have found to them so far is they don't always sit perfectly nice in a slope sill situation. They're really designed for more with just a square sill and a back dam. I'm a huge fan of belt and suspenders, so I like to have my slope sill and my back dam. So we're going to end up with a little pucker on the side that runs up the wall here, but if we fold it down on itself the right way, it's a non-issue. All right, let's get this guy installed. It's also one of my favorite uses for the tuck. When it comes to flashing, I seem to have a lot of favorites. Push that right into the corner, slap that down. Now, normally I would stick that, but as you can see, that comes out there. Actually, we're gonna get lucky today. There's gonna be no pucker. All right, very cool. And oh, never mind, I lied. Because that came forward, our pucker comes to the outside. Non-issue.